The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill. America will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have, the largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it.
What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one, and yes, indeed, it is another one. So, as you can see the title of the broadcast, apparently Trump has ended the situation with Venezuela, sending us oil and things like that. You know, of course, you know, oil, gas, it all ties in the same. And this is the problem here. You know, yeah, that's going to hurt Venezuela pretty damn hard out there.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
These are just facts, people. These are facts. So a lot of things going on right now with this administration, and it's hitting the ground. It's running bulldozers all over these people and their bull crap around the world. So we're about to dive off into this. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Give us a bit of an update on where you stand with Venezuela. It's oil. There's basically a monthly license that can soon extend.
Well, you know, we had Venezuela on the run, and it looked like that was going to be very good. And when Biden came in, as he always does, he screws it up. And they started buying millions and millions and millions of dollars of oil, billions of dollars, actually, of oil. And it gave them a new lease on life. But we'll see. We had some pretty good discussions with a lot of people within our government and the United States government that are involved in that. And Venezuela's a little bit early, but, you know, we were not buying from Venezuela when Biden came in for whatever reason. Instead of just taking the beautiful, as I call it, liquid gold, we have more than anybody. They started paying a fortune to Venezuela, and we're looking at that, actually. Why did they do that? Why were they doing that? Why would they go to the enemy and give them billions and billions of dollars? Now, with that being said, as you know, Venezuela has said very strongly they will not take any illegal immigrant, any of the people that they sent over to us. They sent their gangs, probably the worst gang anywhere in the world.
Right. That's that Trinidad lager crap that we dealt with up in Denver, things like that, all across other places in over here in America, things like that. It's wild. Yes. Treacherous people, you know, it's crazy out here what we've been dealing with that gang. You know what I'm saying? Let's remember that one member that escaped from Denver and went over to, I think it was Jesus Christ, it was the next state over, but he ended up at a baseball game, and he pulled out a big knife on one of the young girls at a baseball game. I think it was Indiana. Man, it's wild. Let's keep going.
As bad as MS-13, maybe worse. And they came out of the jails of Venezuela. They emptied their jails into our country. And they said, we'll never take them back. Well, they took them back, and they're taking them back. And they are taking them back rapidly. They were sending a lot of people to Venezuela. They said they wouldn't take them back, and they are taking back. But we're looking at Venezuela very seriously, and we're going to be able to. Don't forget, I've only been here for 3 weeks. Yeah, please.
Just a little clarity on, are you inclined to continue to allow Venezuela through, I think, Chevron and other oil companies to export those petroleum products, or are you
maybe not
pull back?
Yeah, maybe not. We're looking at that now. I just got here. When I left, they weren't doing anything. They were ready to go. We give up. And then Biden came along, and he gave them literally billions of dollars.
Right. Yeah. Here we go. So Biden just messed up the whole game. of course, messed up our finance and stuff like that. That's why Doge looking now. It's all crazy out here. So we're going to keep going. And yes, man, Venezuela is about to feel the wrath of American citizens and our taxpayer dollars being withdrawn from the situation. So we're going to go here now. We're going to see what's going on with Venezuela and what they've been doing with our taxpayer dollars from, buying oil from them. Let's go here now.
Well, tonight, some Venezuelan activists are calling the latest action from the White House a good first step.
The Trump administration says that it's ending the licenses that allow Chevron to pump and export Venezuelan oil.
NBC6 politics reporter Hatzel Vela is live at Miami International Airport, where he caught up with those who are calling this a big win. Hatzel.
Jackie, they call it a big win because they say it keeps money from coming in or going into the coffers of the Maduro government, money that they argue is sometimes used to oppress the Venezuelan people.
To me, this is the first step, just the first step.
Here in exile, lawmakers and Venezuelan activists touting the latest action coming from the White House. The president ended the permit that allowed energy giant Chevron to pump and export Venezuelan oil, arguably cutting a financial lifeline to the Nicolas Maduro regime.
Yes, cut that crap off. Look at this. Look at this. Here we go right here. Yes, cut it off. If they're down there using our taxpayer money, our hard-earned money over here that, Biden gave to permission to them for us to, buy oil and gas basically, from them and stuff like that. And they're using that money to oppress those people down there. And we have people up here that are saying, yes, this is a good thing. They're from Venezuela. This is a good thing. Cut the head off the snake out there. Yes.
Regime.
This is going to strike the heart of the cash flow of the regime.
In July of last year, Maduro claimed victory in the elections, which critics say were neither fair nor free. And credible evidence shows that his opponent got more votes.
The actions that President Trump took yesterday actually are.
That kind of sound familiar, don't it? I mean, that kind of sound familiar, don't it? Yeah, that's neither here nor there. Let's keep going.
Denying the Venezuelan regime $400 million per day.
But the Trump administration seems to be sending mixed messages on Venezuela.
We got 6 home.
In an interview with the Epoch Times, the president's special envoy to Venezuela, Richard Grenell, talked about his mission in that country, now shocking the Venezuelan exile community here in South Florida after saying this.
Look, we're very clear-eyed about the Venezuelan government and Maduro, but Donald Trump is somebody who doesn't want to do regime change.
Today, we asked Republican Congressman Carlos Jimenez about Grenell's comments.
I don't know where he got that. I don't believe that he got the authority from the President of the United States to say those things.
Also, we did hear from the vice president in Venezuela who called the actions from the White House harmful and inexplicable. Also goes on to say that this is the kind of action that has prompted mass migration from Venezuela in the past. For now, reporting live from Miami International Airport.
Yeah, I bet it is a problem because at the end of the day, all that money that Venezuela has been getting from us to buy oil and things like that from them, yeah, that's going to be a huge problem to their economy down there. I mean, it is what it is. Now, they prompted for people to leave Venezuela before and this and that. Listen, look, them people down there, they need to fix their own country. They need to fix their problem. The regimes and all that type of stuff, man, y'all got to fix y'all own shit down there. But at the end of the day, though, we as taxpayers, we're tired of giving these entities our hard-earned money, stuff like that, and they're using it to, like I said in the beginning, to oppress people and do all types of egregious things in these other countries outside of our outside of our jurisdiction and also outside of our eyesight. Because we don't actually see what's going on the news that's happening in Venezuela, and they're not going to show us because at the end of the day, though, that's going to be tragic for their profits down there for us to see that the Maduro regime is down there just terrorizing the hell out of people and stuff because we giving them money to do so. That's a bad look.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
That's a bad look. All right, so we about to dive off into the Fox situation and they're going to be talking about, cutting this off. And hey, it is what it is, man. It's time to drill, baby, drill. Time to drill, baby, drill. Let's go here now.
President Trump dealing a major blow to Venezuela, revoking a license to export oil there, accusing dictator Nicolas Maduro of failing to take back violent migrants. The Venezuelan opposition leader backing Trump's move in an interview with me on Fox Noticias. Watch.
Que lo que hizo ayer el presidente Trump es fundamental para América Latina, porque al final las estructuras criminales no pueden ser tratadas como políticas, sino como criminales. Y lo que procede es el law enforcement approach, la aplicación de la ley. Y eso es exactamente lo que está haciendo el presidente Trump. Nosotros vamos a sacar a Maduro del poder.
Joseph Humire is executive director at the Center for a Secure Free Society, and he joins us now. Joseph, welcome. So let's get started with this. It's no surprise, right? Evil, lying, corrupt dictator Maduro doesn't follow through with his end of the bargain. And so Donald Trump removes these Chevron licenses. Explain what they are and why that's so important.
So back when the maximum pressure campaign in 2019, there was an effort by basically the oil lobby to carve out exemptions for specific companies, particularly Chevron, to be able to continue to do, basically oil activity inside Venezuela, despite the sanctions. And then when the Biden administration came in, they essentially established that license and began to renew it every 6 months or every year. This is something that the opposition in Venezuela, and you showed the video of Maria Corina Machado, has been very critical of, because he thinks a big source of revenue for the Maduro regime. It basically gives us some oxygen to continue to repress their people. And when President Trump began his presidency, he got a lot of criticism by the Venezuelan people because they said he's not going to end this oxygen, this Chevron oil license. But the reality of that was that we were trying to talk to Nicolas Maduro about having a relationship that was based on reciprocity, a relationship where he would help us with something that's very critical for the United States, which is deportation flights. So we gave them a chance. We sent them a special envoy. We worked out a deal. And in a period of about a month, he only accepted 2 flights. That's not enough. That's not
right. He down there reneging on every damn thing. Listen, Lord.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Right. Like the gentleman with the glasses on just said. You know what I'm saying? The Venezuelan president he's always going back on his word. He's going back on his word and things like that. And that's a huge problem. You made an agreement as a man. You honor the agreement, son. That's just how it goes. Jesus, come on, people. And this is facts. Now, he's using this money, which Trump said Biden gave into him. Been giving them billions of dollars for at least the past 3 years. Hundreds of millions, billions for the past 3 years. Just imagine what this bat been down there doing to them people. And it's crazy to see this situation go on. But this is the thing right here. I'm glad that we have this administration that's cleaning fucking house. It's clearing out the dust. It's making sure that we are going to be aligned with people that are going to keep their word and make sure that not only can it be profitable for America and profitable for their country, that we can have peace in the situations that we actually are, as taxpayer citizens, are paying into to get our things that we need over here. There's oil, stuff like that. But shit, though, listen, look, Trump just said already that we have one of the largest reserves and we need to drill, baby, drill. I'm all for it.
Not acceptable. I think President Trump understood that. And so he's not going to be nice to Maduro to be nice to Maduro. He's going to try to work out a deal. If it doesn't work, we know how President Trump reacts, and it's with punitive measures. And that's what happened.
Okay, really quick. Maria Corina Machado, what's her future? I mean, we know she's brave. We know she's there. She's in danger. What's the future for her and the movement?
So unfortunately, Maria Corina is actually more like a hostage inside her own country. She doesn't have any movement. She has very limited ability to talk to her people. Every time she leaves, wherever she's hiding from, she has the potential to get arrested or kidnapped or worse. So I think Maria Corina's future is probably going to most likely be outside of Venezuela. where she can have a tremendous voice talking to the Venezuelan diaspora that's all over the world right now, but particularly here inside the United States. She's a very charismatic leader, a very strong and brave leader. And the most important thing for her is to remain safe out of jail and to remain alive.
Yeah. Stay alive for sure. She's made tremendous personal sacrifices in terms of her family as well. Many of them having to flee. She's there. We wish her the best. She is truly the most brave woman in all of Latin America. Joseph Humeyer, thank you so much for joining.
Okay, so you know, but also too, shout out to that lady that's actually speaking out, for her country and trying to correct the things that need to be corrected down there. But yes, as far as the gas and things like that go, as far as the money that we've been sending to Venezuela in exchange for, oil and things like that, and the regime down there has been using said money to, do more corruption and terrorist activities and things like that amongst their own people, genocide and stuff. It's crazy to me that, we had a previous administration that would allow such things, but it's also not necessarily a surprise because of the way that this previous administration decided to run their campaign this past election season on, deletions and things like that. And you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't surprise me that they would allow themselves at that particular time with that administration to give money to an entity that will do such things like that to their own people. I mean,
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It's not a surprise. But I'm glad we're out of that situation now. Good luck to Venezuela, the Maduro regime, and trying to figure out a way to sling their gas or oil or whatever you want to call it. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.